Well, well, well. If it isn't Siren, you're so fast. I don't know how you get around on the interwebs, but you are lightning quick. I thank you for that. I'm almost out of coffee, and I know what you're thinking. It's really late to be drinking coffee, and yeah, that's kind of true. Um, I think I'm on the far side of my sickness, whatever that was. I still don't feel 100%, but I'm closer. So, yeah, um, had a very productive day at work today, considering, and everything seems to be going as well as it can be. Yeah, tomorrow's the 16th, leading up to Christmas, which is basically next weekend. So, um, yeah, time's just passing by very fast. Oh, there's Jason Harvia. Good to see you. So I know when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I did not anticipate pop up how these policymakers and these politicians and different people are like just fence sitters. Like I they can talk out both sides of their mouth at the same time. They can tell you good news and ruin your fucking day at the same time. It's amazing. So I would have been right about our friend Silver. I would have been right because they did the half point rate increase, which is what we were expecting, 50 basis points. Um, and, that should have been good news for the silver, gold, precious metals market, commodities, stock market. I thought it should have been good news for everything. Um, but the problem was, I only caught part of the announcement. I had stuff to do the other day, and I heard the announcement. Like I watched some of the live. Saw the confirmation of the 50 basis points. I'm like, okay, and I do what I always do. In general, I had to run down to my LCS. Um, the last time I was in there, I was a couple of bucks short, nothing crazy on a purchase. So I owed him a few bucks anyway. I went down there, I bought some more, paid him, that few bucks deficit, and picked up some more 90% halves, some buffaloes from the Golden State Mint, the real like proofy looking ones. Well, maybe not proofy, but super shiny, polished fields. And so I went down there to do that, and I didn't watch the entire press conference. I missed the part where he basically said they're going to continue to raise interest rates until they get past 5% at least, and they remain hawkish on that they're not seeing what they want to see as far as improvement. And so that and that's what I mean. Like with the half point rate increase, that should have been great news across the board. Everybody kind of sees hopefully the light at the end of the tunnel's coming, and it should have been good. But then when they throw that icing on that cake and turn tail and say, "Oh, but we're not done yet. We're committed to increasing at least to this level," and that means even at I think, don't quote me. I'm not huge on the financial analyst side. It's not like I study this stuff, but I think we're sitting at around 4.5. So that means at least another half point, or maybe we're lower than that, and that's like two more rate increases. Either way, it's not that part is not what everybody wanted to hear. And the messed up thing is, it was pretty much implied, right, that yes, we weren't done with the rate increases, but when they have to come out and drive that point home, it ruins the day. Like, and makes everybody think, okay, well, oh, we're in for this for at least another 6 months, maybe, give or take their timeline and how they feel about it. I mean, heck, if they really want to, they could drag it out for about 9 months, I think. Um, no, maybe not 9, but regardless, we're not done yet, and they emphasize that. So, because of those reasons, silver kind of not tanked. We lost what, about $1? Let me look. What'd we lose? We're sitting just at 23 right now. It's kind of leveled out. Hopefully 23's our new bottom, but we went from before the meeting, we were sitting basically right around 24, 23.90 something. Yeah, we lost about $1. Which isn't horrible, but when you consider everything, we should have had a substantial increase from that news. And because they talk out the sides of their mouth, this is where we're at. Not a huge drop, and we're still actually very high, considering we haven't been this high since, somewhere around the 4th. We were this high, and then we climbed back up here, and then we've been bouncing around. But before that, before the 4th of December, we haven't been there as far back as my current chart goes. September, we haven't been this high. So, I mean, we're still up. We just lost some ground. Hopefully it gets gained back as everybody settles into the news. But I expected it to be a little more jovial news than the way the tone and the spin that they put on it just killed the mood, right? So I was a little off. We could still, let's see, in trading days, I don't know if they're open on the 22nd. I don't know markets that much. The 23rd, I think they should be. I don't know if they take a break for the holidays or anything crazy like that, but yeah, we still got 2 calendar weeks basically until the end of the year. I don't know how many of those days markets are open. We could still finish out hopefully in like the 24, maybe slightly over range. If everybody settles into this news and realizes that yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, they are hopefully on the far side of these rate increases, and the value of the dollar is going to go down, and therefore you want to move your money into literally anything else. I mean, it's kind of weird if you look at it. It's almost, I mean, for us, it's kind of that way. But in most situations, in general, very general, I don't see a lot of reason. I mean, yes, you need liquid. Yes, you need to have liquid cash and those things for whatever you have going on. But past like that functional amount that you need, or like your small cash liquid safety net, or whatever those things look like for you, past that, there's not a whole lot of reason, I don't really feel, at any point in time, to just let your money sit, regardless of where inflation sits or what's going. Like, it just invest in something, asset, like literally try to get your money to do anything other than sit. It's like a bad dog that knows no tricks. Like, it's just chilling, and you can't do anything with it. Like, almost literally anything is better than just letting your money sit, I feel. So Constitutional's here now. Welcome to the stream, sir. I did. Oh, yeah, I got to show off. I finally got package number 1. Well, if camera wants to focus, which it may not. This, it's kind of, you can see it. It says Constitutional Stacker across the bottom, has the declaration. Um, Keep stacking the eagle. Gold. This is a good design. Like, I mean, it makes me look and feel bad about the only stickers I ever made, because there's just a lot of thought put into those. I like them a lot, and it's kind of big. It's bigger than my coasters for my coffee cups. So, like, I wouldn't, but you get the idea. It's bigger than that. So my biggest coffee mugs would, this would be like a nice coaster size for those, because I have some of them that don't fit on my contemporary coasters. So I have a stack of those. I am, what is today? Thursday. I'm looking into the possibility of maybe running up there. I don't know. Maybe early next week. It's a crapshoot, because it's that last couple days. The kids are out of school. I'm hearing sounds from my site that I have up there that make it seem like they're ready for me to come up and do some stuff. But then again, like sometimes, like on the Fed rate increase, like what you get told may not always be exactly what the case is. So I'm dropping silver like crazy. But yeah, so I might be going up there. Best case scenario would be early next week for like a day or two. Worst case scenario would be probably, well, I don't know, maybe that week after Christmas. Couple of days there. So yeah, within like a week or two I should be up there, and then I will run by the Gold Depot and drop off probably more channel stickers than they have currently. I mean, I'm not going to kill them, but I'm going to take a good like 10 or 15, and I spend money there. I've not dropped like thousands of dollars, but with a YouTuber bringing me there, me coming from out of state to them specifically on a regular basis, and them just being cool people, like a great place to shop, literally, if you're anywhere near there ever. I think that they'll put up the, I don't see any problem with them. Plus, I don't have channel stickers, so hey, in lieu of me, why don't you throw up these 10 people or 15 people, whatever I have to take up, which it's gonna be a lot. Like, I got Constitutional here, I got Nerd, I got a Shibby, the Ringmaster Ray. These are just a couple of the ones, Everyday Opportunity, that I have sitting in front of me. I have another giant pile out in the garage. So I'll have to pick through and get everybody's stuff that I can, and then I'm going to sticker bomb one of the most prominent LCSs, I think, up in that area. I mean, obviously everything's kind of regional, but a lot of people that watch videos like T, the Silver Stacker, end up there. So, they're on, they're looking at channels, so it'll be good. Promotion for everybody. But I bought buffaloes. What was it, like 6 of them? I bought the last of the ones that my LCS had Wednesday when I stopped in. That's all he had. I left him with 2 10th ounces of gold, and that's it. And one was a panda, and one I think was an Australian Philharmonic. That's all he had when I left, because I took all the silver. I paid, this was on Wednesday, I paid 28. It is what it is. I am going to have to rein in my purchases a bit. I have some other stuff I have to focus on. So if you guys don't know, like I was saying earlier, with trying to keep your money working for you, I have a bunch of stuff going on. I put in for a promotion at work. I don't know if I will get it, but if I do, it's a slightly different role than my dog's over here. Just Oh, and it's starting to sleet. Oh, that's awesome. That's that other sound I hear. It's rainy ice mix. Yay. But the point that I was getting to is that with my money, so I have some real estate. This house that I live in now is actually will be one of those properties. Yes, I'm living here now, um, but as winter kicks, right, go into a form of a hibernation mode. You know, not going out. I'm not. I mean, we never really do a whole lot of crazy stuff anyway. But watch the finances, and then prepare for spring, because when spring comes, it's time to begin fixing this one up. You know, cleaning it up, fixing it up. You know, all kinds of stuff, repairs and whatnot. The kitchen, if it goes the way I want, is going to get like a full remodel, but as in like layout of things and every. Right now, it's set up really horribly. So that's the next big project, and so I kind of go through phases. Right, there's a saving phase. There's a chilling phase. But then when the work phase come, like what I guess right about the time or somewhere in there where I met Flip, I was just wrapping up a full renovation, full house renovation on the other property, um, and got that rented out, and that was like 3 4 months of just hell. Um, I did some of it myself. I had contractors, but um, contractor left me high and dry, which is a lesson to everyone. I mean, we are prepared more than most for odd eventualities, but even in today's world, um, someone can leave you high and dry. I still haven't decided. I keep saying that I'm going to sue the guy just to make a point, but it's like such low hanging fruit. I I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's not worth it. I'll probably never get anything from him, financially for it. And I already went in and finished the work and took the financial hit and all of those things. So I don't know. Time to me is more important sometimes than money, and that seems to be like one of those cases. Um, so I don't know. I said I was going to do it to make a point, but I've been so busy I haven't had time yet, and that was I think like August, sometime in August when he fleeced me. And so but yeah, that was kind of rough. But I got it done. Um, I did get it done. Had to do a lot of the work myself. A lot of the stuff that they did was not quite up to my standards, but I didn't really get to see a whole bunch of that until I got in there with my own hands, kind of looking at stuff. So, yeah, it's a crapshoot. But that's what I'm saying. I'll slow down on some of the silver purchases and things because a lot more of my liquid is going to be going into this house to get it fixed to then become the next property, and then I will move on from here and hopefully get something else, and then rinse and repeat. That's kind of what I do. Yeah, they're investments, so um, I rent them out. Well, and this one I will. The other one I have been for some years now, and so I'll rent this one out. It'll be property too. I'll live somewhere, an apartment or another house if I can find one in time, or whatever have you. But um, yeah, basically the idea is to rinse and repeat, purchase house, Because when you live in it, you get certain advantages in the purchasing. If it's going to be your primary residence, whether or not it's your first home, um, you get a lower interest rate than if you buy it legitimately as an investment. So, like this one, for example, I have to live here for a minimum of 1 year. And so, it's going to be longer than that, what getting everything fixed and whatever else and all the improvements. But I have to live here for a minimum of a year, but then after a year, I can move out, rent it out, whatever. But I get a much lower down payment. The interest rates are a little better, so to speak, because they see it as a different kind of loan. A business loan for investments may have a slightly higher interest rate, but most of it is the percentage of the down payment that you just save money on. And as we all know, keeping liquid cash on hand is just a good thing. So if I can buy a house and only put 10,000 down to get it versus having to put 20 down, it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, if I build up more capital and some things like that, then at that point, let's say I had 75 or 100,000 just sitting, then it would not behoove me to do what I'm doing, because that would slow me down. I could buy multiple properties, pay that, larger down payment, and get multiple at once, which elevate me faster. But in the current point where I'm at, one at a time is good enough, and kind of, it's a slow roll, but it's going to be worth it. So, I'll slow down on some of my purchases. I've been trying to watch Constitutional's videos and kind of get an idea for what he's been, doing, and I'm trying to come up with what he talks about a lot, what I've talked about a little bit in different points. It's kind of like a plan, a purchase plan, because I've tried to sit here and go, okay, so what's my buying gonna look like in the slow period, and I don't really have an answer to that. I guess I kind of got to look at my money and see, cash in, cash out, and what I think I'm going to put towards other things. But, I don't know. I was thinking somewhere around, hopefully 10, 15 ounces a month. I don't know. But it's going to feel low compared to what I've been doing for about the last 8 or 9 months, for sure. But even the other day, just running to the LCS and picking it up some 90%ers and some Buffaloes, every little purchase feels good. If I walk out of there with a couple silver dimes, I still feel good. So it all adds to the stack. But it's just going to be weird to have to kind of maybe look at things that otherwise I would buy, or that, for lack of a better term, I do have the money to buy. I know I have to prioritize other things. So it'll be interesting. Copper Owl Coins, welcome to the stream. 2 more packages on the way. Yeah, I can't wait. And my mail people are doing a pretty good job of getting me my stuff well, or at least the last couple have. I had a few there for a while, because we're on a test route for trainees on the postal service side, and so the people change, here and there. But we had these one carriers or whoever I don't know, whoever they were, delivering for a while, not long after I first moved in, and they were just literally throwing packages on my doorstep, which I've talked about before is 12 to 15 feet from the sidewalk, and there's nothing. It's all out in the open. There's nothing stopping anyone from just walking up and snatching that and going on about their business. So the only good part is I'm in a very high traffic area, but that can be a curse too because then there's a lot going on. People aren't looking at the little things. I don't know. So far, it's been okay. I haven't had anything come up missing, but like one of my large packages from Flip, like one of those big purchases, I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 or something like that. Because he builds up, I buy from him throughout the week in the different places, and it kind of accumulate. And one of those, he actually put a signature on, and they just must have scribbled it or something and threw it on my porch. Well, what I call a porch, which is a small concrete pad. And yeah, like this package that we had asked for a signature for, thankfully was yes, it was still sitting there. But I don't know. I went to pick up my daughter from school or something, and then I come back and it's just sitting there on my porch. Like, oh, that's great, Because it could be T-shirts for all they know, but little do they know what's in the package. I do, and that made me feel very uneasy. And then, what was it? Probably like a month later, one of the other trainees actually warned me when I was getting a package. I was actually out, and he was handing it to me. And he's like, hey, just let you know, we've had some package thefts in the area. I'm like, oh, great, because I don't want to lose any of mine. So they got a little bit better about, trying to make sure they could either stuff them in the mailbox or there are some bushes right there by the door, like kind of tucking them behind. Like they got a little better about it, but that's always a crapshoot. I just need to get a P.O. box. But even then, like the added cost, going down there and having to get it. I get enough stuff shipped, but maybe now for the channel, I guess that would be a good idea. So we'll see. Someone stole a purchase from the U.S. Mint off my porch. 8 of those Morgan CCs and O. No. Seriously? Like, we're talking, with the U.S. Mint, that would have been like, what, the 2021s? Those still aren't cheap. Oh. So wait, so what happens there, Jason, is that, because I've always been told, if it's marked as delivered, insurance doesn't cover it. Luckily, I filed a claim and they've replaced it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, again, I'm slow. I'm catching up on the chat. Informed mail, and I get a daily email of what's coming each day. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I guess the only problem there is if people aren't using USPS, but I think pretty much everything I'm getting does come USPS. So, informed mail. I'm going to write that down. All right. Also, I've been attempting to put this post-it note upside down on my monitor so it's not in my way. I've been attempting to research some stuff for, like, the videos and stuff. I want to rearrange the living room and see what I can do about making the space a little better. And this is more for me and not as much for you. I guess I want a better backdrop. So I had this issue with my ex-wife's house when I was filming videos at different times before for the other channel. And every room in that house was a weird color. Just nothing like you could work with. Like one room was blue, another room was gray, another room was green, the kitchen was brown, kind of like what you see here, the coffee colored walls, which I actually like this color, but it's horrible for shooting. Like as any kind of backdrop, it just doesn't pop. It kind of, I don't know. So I've been looking into that, and I think, I don't know about this weekend, but sometime here where I actually have some free time, I plan on trying to like move some stuff around, see what I can come up with. As far as rearranging the actual office area and trying to maximize, I've had this idea to move the desks out from the wall and then to actually have the wall as a backdrop behind me, and then, I could paint or whatever I want to do in the interim just to get this coffee color off the walls. 'Cause you're going to love this. The entire house, well, minus the kitchen. The kitchen's like wallpaper, but the entire house, except the kitchen and the bathroom, are all this same brown color. It was when I bought it. And I knew, obviously we're going to fix it. But, it's just, I don't know. It's okay to live in, like it doesn't bother me. But then when I look at video or anything I try to shoot, I'm just like, it just doesn't look good. Just like clean, like none of that. You don't have it. I don't know. Just every time I look at a video that I shoot with this backdrop, I'm like, it's horrible. Like the NGCX, I actually kind of turned the camera around, got my face in there for the intro to the video, which I messed up on. If you have watched it, like this is my mic, and normally, I guess it hasn't been that big of an issue on live streams, but I have it like kind of down a little bit on my computer tower, and it works. I never got a whole lot of complaints, but it on the video when I was editing it, the sound on that portion where I was doing the screen record was horrible, and I did everything I could. I messed with the audio, I tried to make adjustments, I filtered things, I put compressors in, limiters, and did everything I could to try to fix that audio to the level I know how, and it still is like kind of muddy and was not what I was hoping for, and all because I forgot to move the microphone. So it's always the little things. Roadhog is here, just got the notification. Sometimes that happens, man. YouTube's weird like that. Especially, I found this out. This was some time ago, but I think it probably still rings true. I'm starting to get over the sickness, Roadhog. I'm like, I had a really productive day at work. Super productive considering I'm on the far edge of it. I still feel like odd and not right and just kind of but I'm functional. I don't have a fever anymore. I think I'm on the far side of it, fingers crossed. But I found this out a while back. If, like, say, with Roadhog and Constitutional Stacker and some of, like, Siren and some of these other people that are really good about, oh, hey, he's live, I'm going to jump in, or maybe they're around and they see it. Those people, they won't try as hard or push out the notifications to, because they're like, you always end up there anyway. Like, it'll be fine. Like, I've had that too, along with people that other people that I knew that live streamed often, like the people that come in on a regular and like don't really have a whole lot of lag in attending your live streams. They don't always push out those notifications too, because they kind of figure you're going to end up there anyway. That's the general consensus that I have in my mind. Because I would be the same way too. I'd have somebody with bell notifications on, all this, and I'd get an hour, 2 hours into their live stream, I'd get the notification. If I was doing something else, kind of like what the heck. But I mean, you're not too late. I haven't been on here for about 30 minutes or so. I do have to crank the volume on your live stream. This should help a little. Like I got the microphone up here. Um, it should help a bit with me actually raising it up off the tower, which is something I probably should do. But I guess when I'm hunting coins, and my desk is a little cluttered anyway. This one anyway. I need the space. So, and the coin cam's right there, so I just put it down, right? Ah, did you? CM, and that's the other thing. CM, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. This is now the second time that this has happened to me. And I'm not talking about you, CM. So, after I accepted CM's offer for the foreign lot of coins, which was hopefully a good deal for both of us. Reading Siren's comment, sorry. So, he bought the foreign lot the other night, which was great, thank you. And so then, live stream's over, I'm getting ready for bed, I get a notification on my phone. And it was another offer from someone else on another item that I had up. And I had recently listed it. It hadn't been up long, and I'm like, oh, okay. And it was reasonable. I could have swore it was a buy it now, and I don't remember enabling offers, but I must have. And they offered, and I accepted. I'm just like, oh yeah, because it was like a super quick turnaround. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool, no brainer, yeah, go ahead. And so I accepted the offer. I don't know if this is a thing with eBay, I'm not sure, but they have not paid. I've reached out to them, no response. Like, it's getting up on that 4 days or whatever that I think sometime officially tomorrow I'll be able to cancel the transaction and relist the item, but I cannot for the life of me imagine why someone would come on to a listing, purchase it, and then just not pay. Like, I have no idea why that they would do that. Because I would like to think they can, cancel it on their end if they're not intending to pay. I don't know. I don't know enough about eBay because I've never had to do any of that. Like canceling something I've purchased or trying to back out of it or whatever, however you want to word that. But yeah, so this is the second one that it seems like is going to go this way. And the worst part about this is, even if, best case scenario, I get to list this thing, relist it tomorrow, I am still going to I'm not going to sell that thing before Christmas, which is fine. Like, it's not like a, oh my God, I got to sell it now thing, but it's still just like the wasted time, and I don't know, it's annoying. It's annoying for sure. Annette, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm still working on the, and Ruler's here somewhere. I saw him chime in earlier. I still have to get into this Streamlab thing and figure out how to do that exclamation find me thing where you can share your channel. It doesn't seem like I have it active. Commands. I see the commands, the ones that we do have. But I feel like that one's different because you're throwing in a link to the person's... I don't know. There's got to be more to it than what I'm thinking. So I will get that set up hopefully sometime this weekend for future live streams. I guess I'd say I could just ask Flip, but I feel like his tech support, I think he always says that's his son in most cases, probably set that up for him, and he may not know exactly how to set it up himself. Copper Owl says he could help with that. Yeah, my email, if my exclamation point email does work. So if you need my email or you want to drop me a hopefully a couple quick line tutorial, you can do exclamation email. It'll put my email in the chat, and then just drop me a line on how to do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Jimmy's here. It's time to win something, I guess. Lucky Jimmy. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to end the year out. If everything goes well, probably in like the, if we're lucky, maybe $24 range. If it slips a bit more, maybe 22. I feel like we maybe have $1 either way, because we got good news. Just they put the spin and the undertone on it that we didn't want to hear. So it's not bad, but we're not going to end out the year as high as I thought we might if they had just kept their mouths shut and tried to. Well, they lie to the people anyway. But it's stuff like that makes me think that they have to know that coming out that way and doing what we want, but then saying like, "Oh, it's not over. We're going to continue to raise rates, and we're hitting this target, and we remain hawkish. That we're not seeing the movement in things that we want, and so we're going to keep moving ahead." Like, they have to know that that's not good for the market. That's not what... I don't mean tell us what we want to hear, but even if you have that sentiment, you don't have to broadcast it that way if you know it's going to tank. I don't know. They're horrible. I don't know who put these people in charge. We need a referendum. Oh, AEH is here. Good to see you, sir. I missed the Wednesday for sure. I know. I think I missed yours. I think I popped into midweek flea market for a minute, but I was in and out like real quick. I was not there very much at all. It's been a rough week trying to get back onto the work train in a productive format. And so I don't think I stopped working today until about 5:30-ish. And I'm literally getting dinner together and stuff, and still, chicken pecking and going at some things. And then just finally decided to close it up. Because now, with us being at the end of the year the way we are, we're already past it in terms of what I do, and so we're back into kind of the normal operations of, for us, for all intents and purposes, we're always about a month ahead at minimum. So for us, it's like the middle of January, and kind of back to what we do every day. And so it's a little more scrutiny and a little more, I don't know, back to business basics, and therein just makes work like that much harder, because during the holidays and the gear up for that, you kind of get some slack because they know you have a lot on your plate and we're focused on other things. But now that we're back, we're pretty much through that on our side. It's back to business as usual, which is kind of a grind, but it's okay. Did you have a live stream, Siren? Face reveal? Really? Everybody wants to see that. Everybody does want to see that, for sure. Siren face reveal. Do you have any videos? Go over here. Oh, I don't have you pulled up. I'll just go to YouTube. I'll find you. I don't think you do because I've heard other people comment. Oh wait, you do have videos. What? Siren, how could you? I'm not subscribed. How am I not subscribed to Siren? I guess I never really thought. Why is my work phone going off at 10 minutes to midnight? I guess I'm so sorry, Siren. I feel like a bad friend. You're over here showing me up, too. Look at all these nice coins you got. Oh. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. And she got a lot of subs. 851 to be exact. You got a couple actual videos. What is that? I'm gonna have to get over here. Oh, Kevin. Okay, it's a pour by Kevin. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to get over here and watch some of your shorts and things, and I am subscribed now. Bella's turned on. There we go. Sorry, Siren. Bad friend. Very bad friend. But, face reveal. You had your picture up. Did you really? I might. When was this? Because I can time warp the internet. I might be able to. It depends on things, but I can go back to a page and see what it looked like at the time if it was cached, which is a crapshoot on whether or not it would be. Okay, we have an interview tomorrow. Not for me, for someone else we're hiring. Okay, except... Alright, cool. Alright, got it. I'll look at that in the morning. We're going to interview somebody to fill a spot. It's been kind of rough. The job market, it seems like with everything being the way it is, I'm not saying a lot of people aren't moving, but it just seems like in certain markets, just in general, it's not like the great, I forget what they called that. Like the migration or whatever, where everybody started quitting right there. What was that like? It was around COVID, somewhere in there. I did that whole time is just a blur to me, but somewhere in there, everybody just started quitting their jobs and taking new ones, and now it's not like that. Like it's harder to find candidates. Especially qualified ones when you're talking about technical trades or skilled trades. People just, I don't know, maybe it's all the uncertainty financially and all the other stuff going on. They're just not up for moving positions. So it's kind of, yeah, the great resignation. There you go. Yeah. And it's not that anymore for sure. In some markets, we've had openings for quite some time, and either we're not getting candidates that are the right fit, or people don't want to take the package that's offered to them. They want something that's either doesn't compare to their skill level or whatever. I had one of my buddies that runs a business today say that he was interviewing somebody and going through the motions, and the guy said, well, I'd be more than happy to start, I don't know, whenever. And so they got onto the topic of pay, and the guy's like, yeah, I need $30. And this guy had little to no experience in what they were doing, and not even like an adjacent experience that you could kind of like extrapolate that it'll transfer and there'll be a short learning curve. None of that. Like, very little experience, and this dude was basically demanding a wage that my buddy, the business owner, would maybe consider to someone that could like literally hit the ground running and had all of the skills he was looking for, and this guy wanted it day one. Um, that's it's like the real estate and some of these other things. It's like it's kind of like a buyer's market, or in this case, the employee's market now. A little bit, where I mean, if they need to fill the position bad enough, you can kind of try to make some demands and see what sticks. I mean, I know a couple people that have moved companies or done things in the recent past, and they were able to get compensation packages that I wouldn't have expected from, the companies and places that they went to. But I guess if they need you bad enough and they need to fill that spot and they think you're worth it, some of them are still willing to do that. It's very interesting. Up, Real Ruler 12. Am I? What? What are you doing to me now? Am I not subscribed to Ruler? Are you making videos? I'm subscribed to Ruler. Okay, now I feel better. I just missed Siren. That's forgivable. I'm kidding. It's really not. But, okay, Ruler. Why am I not? Okay, these are all older. Okay. A little older, as far as the uploads. Alright. Is that the Office Space on a printer? That's cool. I'm going to have to watch that. Because it looks like you have it all set up. You got a tarp down and everything. I like that. All right. So, yeah, it was just a short little live stream tonight just to kind of hang out with you guys. Number one, again, watch time. I am 1/8 the way there for my 4,000 hours. I'm at like 500 something. I really have to, and that's why I was talking about earlier with the color of the walls and the backdrop and the different things. It's a very small house, so I'm limited in like where I can film, and it's winter-ish, so I ain't going outside to freeze to film something. And even then, it's Ohio, so it's not like it's stunningly beautiful or anything. So I got to work that out, and I'm trying to plan a scheme and a format and things to try to improve my actual videos. I don't think they're that bad, but just on par with everyone else that's kind of doing stuff, I feel like they're lacking a bit. Plus, they're not getting a whole lot of traction in a lot of cases. I know I'm still small, but again, like comparing it to my last channel, I could have 10, 15,000 views on a video without too much trouble. Granted, that was a little more established, a little more down the road, but I haven't seen anything like that on this side except for my shorts, which are great and they're helping me. But I feel like the shorts really need to be like a supplement to the channel and not like the main thing. Because I was looking at it, that's where the majority of all of my views come from. Are the shorts. And so I'm like, yeah, I need to at least try to bring up the videos to where it's a little more even and see how I can do there. Yeah, and I know they do. It just depends. I don't know. I'm always a little tough on myself in that regard. I've done YouTube now for, I guess you could say off and on, for over 4 years. Oh God, no, longer than that. Probably, I don't know. I'd have to look. I know my other channel is like, God, it's probably like 5 years old at this point. So I've done it for a while, and it's always changing and stuff. But on the mechanic side, it was a lot more forgivable. Nobody on the mechanic side has like polished anything, It's like a dude in his garage or his driveway, or it's your camera stuffed in an engine bay, whatever, and it's kind of expected to be a little more dirty and a little more off the cuff. Whereas, like, I watch some of these silver videos and I'm like looking at their lighting and I'm like, what kind of lights are they using? Because I can light up all my stuff and it still looks lackluster, washed out, whatever. So I'm those are the kinds of things. And I was trying to script a video earlier, and we'll see how that plays out. I'm not big on scripts, but I figure I'll try anything and see if it sticks. And if it keeps me, like, my pacing a little better, or condenses the video, because you read something over and over a few times, and between limiting the script and then editing the heck out of it wherever I find room that something's not needed, that may actually work. So we'll see. Anyhow, what is Ruler saying? I must have missed that. The 4 fish I brought home tonight were 29, 30 and a half, 31, and 34. In case anyone was wondering. We were wondering, what kind of fish? 30-inch fish. I mean, that could be bass. I mean, it could be catfish, too. Carp, but nobody really keeps carp because most people don't know how to clean them. I hear it's decent fish, but it's just so hard to clean that most people don't even try. Yeah, I'm on catfish, but that's like here in Ohio. I mean, yeah, there's still like bass and other fishermen, but like all the pay lakes and all the things that we have, that's the majority of what people are going out for is catfish. At least that's what we always did. Sometimes you catch some other stuff, but like I think I tried bass fishing for a while, and it's just not the bass fishing is like a lot more active physically than catfishing. Catfishing, you throw it out there, you're probably on the bottom, and you sit and you wait and you check it every now and again. An hour and a half, you might pull it up, make sure you still got your bait and everything's still set, and maybe replace. But catfishing is what we always did. When my father came up to help me finish the remodel on the other house, we actually went, me, him, and the kids, for a quick day of fishing. And I can tell my kids are not built like me. Man, when I was a kid, whatever was going on, that's what we did. If we're going fishing, then we're going fishing, and that's kind of what you did. I'm not saying we were, as enthusiastic about it, but, we would do it and try. I'm sure at different points I got fed up and was like, but I'd never really, like, give up. I might be impatient about it and keep casting my line and doing stuff and wonder why I'm not catching fish, but I would do it. My kids, we were out for, I think, like maybe an hour or two, and you could just tell they were starting to lose interest, and then like one would come back to it for a minute and be interested, and then the other might come back to it for a minute and be interested, but you could just kind of tell they were, it just, I don't know. I'm trying to raise them right, but with all the electronics and all the other stimulation they get that's so fast-paced and stuff, they really have to learn to appreciate it. And they are still on the younger side, and we don't get to do a whole lot of that stuff often. I have the stuff, but it's just logistically, sometimes it's not as feasible. So, yeah, it is kind of a crapshoot. But they did like it. They had fun. We weren't really catching anything, though. They caught a couple of small fish, bluegills and whatnot, but, yeah, it's only enough to hold their attention so much. Now, wait. Did he say Lake trout. See, now, I don't think I've ever had like an actual caught trout. I mean, caught by somebody, pulled from like a lake or something. I've had trout at like restaurants and, served, but usually, I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference, but it's like a wild fish versus like farm raised can kind of be different. It's like the flavor, like, a little bit more of the, I don't know, gaminess maybe. I think because like a lot of those farm raised fish are getting fed things like corn and just whatever's cheap that the fish will eat to really keep up their diets. They're not. It's the same thing with anything really farm raised versus like a wild or a free range. You know, I have eggs. My neighbor has chickens, and I have eggs that he brought me, and I was cooking some up this morning, and it is just amazing how much it, and it sounds crazy. It does, but hear me out. You go get some actual laid eggs from somebody that has chickens. These things, the shells are much thicker, right? The ones at the store, they break so easy. I swear, like you can't drop it, but you know what I mean? Like if you fumbled it or something, you wouldn't have to worry about it breaking. They are thick. You have to crack these eggs. Um, so the shells are a lot more dense, and the yolks are a darker orange, which more vitamins, nutrients, stuff like that. They're a darker orange, and the egg itself, even when you're cooking it up, is just so much more dense than what we see from the farm raised, like factory farming eggs. It's like a night and day difference, and the flavor is a lot better too. Um, it's a whole different thing. So if you can ever, and then also there's a bunch of different kinds of chickens, and they all lay different kinds of eggs. I have another buddy across town, and he had these black chickens, and they laid these small eggs, not like quail eggs, not like super tiny, but like half the size of a normal egg. But those eggs were delicious. They cooked up like super fluffy and just large, like to crack a couple of them and cook them. Um, you wouldn't be able to tell that it came from an egg half the size of the normal egg. They had these weird properties, and they were ungodly delicious. I can't explain exactly how. Just it was a much better flavor and different. And they came from whatever these chickens were that he had that were black chickens. They laid these small eggs, and they didn't lay very often, but when he could get them, he said that was his go-to egg. Like, they just taste better than the other ones. So it's real interesting. Yeah, we should get together and go fishing. Several years ago, a buddy's kid wanted to go fishing, so I took him out on Saginaw Bay. First fish line he caught was a 19-inch walleye. Oh, wow. Over the next 3 hours, we put half a dozen walleye in the boat. That's sweet. And so, yeah, I mean, those are the trips that, make it. Um, you almost, at least with my kids, I almost need a contingency plan if they lose interest. And, that was the summer. It was daytime. It was more of an impromptu, so they didn't have a lot of mental time to prepare. I mean, we had all the stuff they needed, snacks and things and drinks, but, the heat, there, this pay lake that we were at, there's not a lot of shade per se. Yeah, just not maybe what they're used to. Grilled cheese. Everybody's always about the grilled cheese. I need to do. I'm putting in a grocery order. That's it. I need some Progresso hearty tomato soup, and some grilled cheeses in my life. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, anyway, short live stream. It's already getting late, and I'm sure I have other stuff that I should be doing or need to do. We will, let me get over here. We will open up a giveaway. Da, 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 da. We'll open up a giveaway. I don't know. We'll do grams again, and I'll throw some kind of coins on it. Let's see what I got. Do 2 grams. What we got? We'll keep it kosher unless somebody that's 2A friendly wins. We'll keep it kosher. There's a 2A. There's a 2A. Okay. Okay, so there's a 2A option if you happen to win and want that. But other than that, we have goldfish and a squirrel on the cam here. We'll raise that a bit. Let me open the giveaway. I will open the giveaway. There you go. And I'll refocus this so you can see the beautiful goldfish. And I still haven't listened to Ruler. He's told me now twice how to fix this camera lighting issue problem thing, and I haven't done it yet. I have to basically create a pad here for these to lay on so that they're not directly getting the light. And there is a 2A option here in front of me. I tell you what, man, when these grams come up, look, I mean, and this is like half, right? This, well, maybe a little more than half. Because the other ones, the rounds I got, I didn't get quite as many of those as I did these. But I'll be giving away grams for like the next year. Even at a rate of like 2 per giveaway. It's it's going to be a while before I get through them all. What do I have? I just put all my other coins up. What's in front of me? Oh, Jimmy's giveaway. Jimmy got the Merc dime? Or no, that's not a Merc. That's that Rosie. Jimmy got a Rosie. What else is on my tray? Anything of merit? I don't think so. Huh. What are these? Lincoln commemoratives? I don't know. I just got coins everywhere. I am watching it. There's a really nice 61. I need to flip that. Yeah, then commemoratives. And a really nice 82. Huh. That's just a stack that I haven't flipped yet, I guess. What do I have? I got stuff. For sure. I will let you guys finish that out. I'm going to go over and look. Henry's here. Welcome to the party. Even though it's probably almost over. Let me find something. Huh. I know what I will do. So, I bought a bunch of proof nickels from Ringmaster Ray. And forget what's in here. I don't think they're proofs, but it's something. All I know is that the one that I needed was stuffed in this roll. I went through them and I pulled that out. What else do I have back here? Ooh, I got my buffaloes. Let me see if I can find a buffalo to throw out. Grilled cheese all day. Ooh, grilled cheese burger. Siren, now you're talking my language. Okay, 35, 36. Lots of 36s. Why so many 36s? Why so serious? Okay. I'm going to hand out a 36 with a beautiful date. Pardon me here. I'm going to move our silver off. Look at that date. This is plain as day. Clear. Beautiful. Lots of details still on it. We'll throw that out. I'm fat. Don't judge me. Oh. Well, you guys are making me hungry, and it's almost bedtime, so that's not... Diggin' Dave! Hey, good to see you. Very good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Actually, you know, I was talking earlier about... I think we should be up on our 2-minute timer for the giveaway. Let me just do this thing before I get into story time. And here we go. Oh, Copper Owl coins. Awesome. Okay. So, and we're not even done making the list yet. Copper Owl, you have your choice. There are a squirrel and a goldfish, 1 gram. And then we also have the 2A option. Don't know how you feel, but they have the pew-pews. And so, one seems to be of German manufacturer, maybe. And the other is a revolver. So let me know which 2 of those you would like. And then, let's see if I can find some. I wonder, is this like a run? I gotta look at this. Hold on. Give me a second. Because I don't know how much of this is a run. I'm not putting together a proof set or anything. So, looks like it's sort of a run. 2008 P. Okay, what else do we got? What are you guys? Oh, these are just the older ones. That one, why does that look like it's something? Alright, so Copper Owl. The 2A options are the 2 grams with guns. Yes. And then other than that, you have squirrel and goldfish. Just depends on what you like. Some people don't. Some people do. And then, on top of that, we will do 1936. Beautiful date on this buffalo. 1936 Buffalo, 1969 S nickel in great shape. I know it's in a flip, it's not doing it justice, but as far as a good specimen, that's great. And then a 2008 P that is in really good shape. It's not a proof, but it's for what it is. It's definitely mint state. So, a couple nickels, a couple grams of silver, nothing crazy, but I need to get my Westward nickels together and one of these days, maybe this weekend, like actually make up some little sets of those now that I have the 2006 in there and go that route. So, let's go with the guns. Always a good choice. Okay, so I will throw all of this in an envelope, or there's a small one. Okay, at least I can get the grams in there. And then I'll just hold all of this together and label it. And we're actually building up some of the giveaways. Kendall won the Expo last live stream, I believe. So make sure to send me an email. You can hit !email, and that will pull up my email for chat. Thank you, Real Ruler. And you can put that in, and then drop me an email with your address. It still might, well, it's not going to be too long before these go out. Probably, yeah, probably sometime next week before Christmas. I don't know if you'll get it by Christmas, but Christmas or shortly after, because I think I have, it looks like about 6, this I think makes 7 things on giveaways that I have to give out now, that mail. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, is that in there? Exclamation winner? What's that one? Let me look back. Always confused. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Commands. Oh, the winner. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works too. Exclamation winner, I guess, is probably the better one for the actual giveaway winner. But I digress. So, we will go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you, Roadhog, putting Constitutional's link there in the chat. I appreciate it. It was a giveaway that Jimmy or Siren didn't win. It's not rigged. This time. Next time. We'll see. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. It's already, oh God, it's almost 12:30. Yeah, it's getting past my bedtime. I have to be productive tomorrow, even though it's Friday. Let's see. Videos. Yeah, I'm going to try this weekend. I have some other things and stuff to do, but I should get something out. I need to film some more shorts, at least keep things alive. And so, yeah, look for some stuff hopefully early next week. And maybe a live stream this weekend. I guess it just depends on who's on and what's going on. You know, I don't know when Flip's planning on doing his auctions this weekend, but generally it's Friday and Sunday. So, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. Other than that, I thank you all for your time and attention. As always, appreciate it. Diggin' Dave, big shout out. Very nice channel. Very surprised that he found his way into my live stream. That's very humbling. Not to say that anybody is more important than anyone else. I can't remember. I've watched some of his stuff, but I don't remember like interacting in a very huge way. So that's always, odd to see different people from different areas kind of finding each other. I mean, that's what we all kind of do anyway, but it's very nice. Constitutional, Ruler, Siren, I am now subscribed. Roadhog, thank you very much for being generous there and putting out links for Constitutional and others. I thank everybody.